What's up, Mech fans, and welcome back to the channel. So today I have a ginormous haul, if I'm being honest. We've got a load of Gunpla, of which I have had some delivered, some I bought when I went down to AnimeCon in Birmingham, and then I've got some stuff from a London trip, which I've literally just got back from, where I went to see Ado in concert. So we got a bunch of Gunpla and other Gundam adjacent stuff. But before we dive into all of that, please do leave a like on this video and subscribe if you are a fan of Mecha anime content and want to see plenty more videos like this in the future. Also, head on down to the comments section below. Let me know what Gundam stuff or Gunpla in general you have picked up recently. Without further ado, we will get into things. I'm going to start out with the Gunpla and then I'll dive into the other Gundam stuff, which is like Gashapon, some figures and things like that. So these are the ones that I actually bought when I was down in Birmingham. I didn't actually get them directly from AnimeCon. I went to Forbidden Planet in Birmingham City Centre, and I picked these two up because, well, these were kind of requirements that I needed at some point. And these are the option parts sets for the Ale Striker pack, of course, from Gundam Seed, which you can use, well, basically on anything, but primarily we've seen it with like the Dagger L, for example, and of course then the Strike and its various versions and such. So I actually picked up two of these because I do have the entry grade Strike, and then I also have the entry grade Strike Rouge, and I want to put one of these on each one. So there were about 3 in store, so I thought, you know what, let's pick up 2 of them because I am going to need them. So there we have these, which will go very nicely. One of them just fell on the floor, but they will go, of course, very nicely with the Strike Rouge and the Strike. Strike is somewhere in the background over there. Strike Rouge I still need to build because I picked that up very, very recently. Now we'll move on to some deliveries that I got over the past few days. Now I'll start out with the first delivery, and of course these once again were from Rivals Corner. But yeah, let's take a look at the kits themselves. So this one in particular has been like a want for, well, since it was announced really. Us here in the UK, we've finally got this kit, and it's certainly been a wait, a little bit annoyingly so. But yeah, it's finally here. Happy to have it. Of course, we got the GQuuuuuX. It's finally here in the UK, which is awesome. High grade GQuuuuuX, which yeah, heard great things about this kit. I think it has a fair few stickers than I would personally like, because much like everyone else in the Gunpla community, I'm not the biggest fan of using stickers, just because they're really annoying to place and things like that, and they take up so much time most of the time. But yeah, anyway, this thing is looking awesome, and this is going to be a top priority to build. This will probably be my next build, because I want to build it so I can actually have it in the background of some GQuuuuuX videos before the series finishes, of which the finale is literally airing 2-3 days time. So yeah, the GQuuuuuX kit has finally arrived, and I'm just trying to find places for things at the minute. But yeah, now we've got a couple of other Bandai model kits, which aren't actually Gundam. And this first one was in the same order as that GQuuuuuX. I actually had to make 2 orders because the GQuuuuuX came in stock, then some other stuff came in stock, and of course, I wasn't going to wait on the GQuuuuuX because that thing sold out pretty quickly. So I had to jump on that straight away, but then this other thing as well. So anyway, I actually decided to pick up my first Armored Core kit. So this is the Orbiter. Well, it says Orbiter, Nightfall, Raven. I've not fully played Armored Core 6. I played a little bit of it, and of course recently I did a video on the very first Armored Core game. But yeah, I'm interested to jump into these because I like the Armored Core designs, I like the aesthetic of it all. And yeah, I'm just interested to see what these 30-minute missions Armored Core 6 kits are like, because there's some really cool ones out there. But yeah, I went with this one because this is like the main cover art one kind of thing. Is the first one that they released. So I thought, let's pick it up. Let's give it a try. Let's see how these things are. So I'm really interested to build that, and see if that's going to be another set of kits that I end up buying myself in the future. I'll show this next kit after I've shown these things. But we actually have some keychains. Now these are the very recently releases, in like they've kind of just released Gunpla rubber keychains, rubber mascot keychains. So I did pick up 2, but I actually got 1 for free. So thank you, Dennis, for sending this third one over. But yeah, the 2 that I actually put in my order were the new Gunpla. So of course this is the new Gundam. And based on the fact that they've done these rubber keychains and they've got the designs, I really hope they actually do Gunpla versions of these ones, because of course they've done the original Gunpla. They've got Shaz Zaku-kun, and then the standard Zakukun, of which they've done rubber keychains of these, but we got some other ones here which I'd be very interested to see if they actually do proper model kits of. So yeah, we've got the new Gunpla here. We've got the Air Platoon here, which is of course the Gundam Aerial. Very, very cool. And then this is the one that Dennis sent me over for free, which is very awesome as well. We've got the GM Platoon 2. So really excited to have all of these. These will definitely be going on various bags and wherever they'll fit, I guess. But yeah, these are really cool, really cute. So yeah, very excited about having those. And we'll now move on to what I was going to say is the last kit, but I forgot that I've actually got another one. I don't know how I forgot about it because it's massive, but anyway, this one, again, this is not Gundam. This is the Wise Ritter, I believe that's how you pronounce the name of it, from Super Robot Wars OG. And this thing, yeah, it's thick, but look at the design of this. I mean, I've really wanted some of these Super Robot Wars kits, and I just hadn't bought any yet. But this one came out, and man, like, this completely, this is to my taste. Like, in terms of mecha designs, like, this one just speaks to me as, like, a design where it's like, yeah, it's fully up my alley. The color scheme of it, the actual design itself, really cool. Like, it's got some stuff on it, but it's not, like, kind of overbearing in terms of being, like, this huge kit with massive backpack stuff. So it just, yeah, like I said, it works for me. It speaks to my kind of personal design taste when it comes to mecha. So really cool. I particularly like this front view shot here. I mean, this thing's really cool. And these Super Robot Wars kits, I don't know what the actual kits themselves are like, but the designs are fantastic. So I'm really excited about these ones. And yeah, this one, looking forward to it. Again, it's a very thick box, so I'm expecting quite a lot in here in terms of parts. So now we've got one more, which I'm going to attempt to get on camera because it's big and it's also heavy. We got, if I can even, Jesus Christ, this thing. We got the Psycho Gundam Mark II. I mean, again, this thing is huge and this box design art is absolutely fantastic. It's really cool and you can see some images of it here. Really awesome. So, of course, this one is from Zeta Gundam. I should just hold it here for now. So, yeah, this one is from Mobile Suit Zeta Gundam, I believe. Anyway, a part of me thought it was from Double Zeta, but apparently it's from Zeta. So, I guess it kind of pops up in the late half of the series, or the later part of the series after the original Psycho Gundam pops up. But yeah, this thing, design-wise, is super cool. And one of the major reasons I actually picked this up is because the Psycho Gundam showed up in GQuuuuuX, and the design of that thing does not actually look like the Psycho Gundam. It very much is inspired by the Psycho Gundam Mark II. So it is not the Mark II in the series, but the design of it looks exactly the same as the Mark II. So I'm thinking in the meantime, I may end up displaying this with some GQuuuuuX stuff. I'm not 100% sure though. I mean, it probably makes more sense to display with Zeta stuff because that's where it comes from in the series. But considering the fact that we've just got this released, I highly doubt that we'll get a Psycho Gundam from GQuuuuuX. But I mean, it's Bandai, so like it's potential for more money based off like something that looks very similar, so there won't be much tailoring to do to it. But I guess we'll see. But for now, got this thing. Really excited about it. I haven't even built my Destroy Gundam, which I got at Christmas. So yeah, don't count on me building that thing anytime soon, to be honest. But yeah, it just looks cool. Like, it was kind of an impulse purchase, I gotta be honest, but sometimes you just do these kind of things, and when something like that comes out and it's selling out fairly quickly, it's like, I just went for it because I could afford it, so I thought, let's just get it. Right, so that wraps up all of the Gunpla / model kit stuff, so we'll dive into some more not Gunpla, but Gundam stuff, and yeah, various Gundam and a little bit of other mecha related merchandise, toys, all that kind of thing that we've got here. I'm actually going to start out with a couple of things which I've already opened. And these are the ones that I got from Forbidden Planet. So first up, we got this Gundam Converge figure of the Zagok. Now this is from the 45th anniversary like movie version set that they brought out. Now, unfortunately, this and then the GOG were the only two that I managed to find. I didn't get the GOG because I'm not the biggest fan of that design anyway, so I got the Zagok. And I got to be honest, like, considering this is my first Converge figure, I really like these. I definitely want to get more of them in the future. So yeah, got the Zagok, and this is like the Mobile Suit Gundam 2 movie version one, which makes sense because that's where it shows up anyway. But I think it's based off like the poster, because there's a poster that's got like the Zagok, the Gog, and then might have the Goof and maybe something else as well. But they're all in like these kind of different colors. So like the Zagok is in like a darker red color, the Gog is in like this brownish red color, and things like that. So that's is basically based off the certain posters. And then, for example, there is the RX-78-2, the Gundam itself, which is in like a metallic blue color, because on that specific poster, like the RX-78-2 is like fully blue. So it's things like that. And I think some of the stuff, like some of the designs and color schemes and that they've got for those movie versions are really cool. The Zagok wouldn't have been my personal go-to. Like if I wanted, if I was to pick anyone, it probably would have been the Goof, but they didn't have that there. Otherwise, they had like an RX-78-2, which was like a cream color, then with green and red, and I thought that looked really cool. But again, unfortunately, they didn't have that there. But they had the Zagok, so I picked up the Zagok. And then these next two, these are actually from the Neandam, which is basically like the Mega House Gundam characters and mobile suits that are like cat versions of them. So I've got Shaz Zaku 2 as a cat, which I think is really cute. And then we got the gun cannon, also as a cat. Now, I've got a couple more of these, which I actually picked up when I was in London at the Bandai cross store there. Because these two were picked up from the Bandai cross store that's now in Birmingham. But then there's some others that I picked up from the Bandai cross store that's in London. So I will open those two here on camera. But yeah, those things are really cute, and they're like little blind boxes. Now you guys can probably see we've got the, as I like to call it, the Atherinzala cat there, which is the bigger version, but they do mini version blind boxes, which are really, really cool. While we're on the topic, I might as well continue on talking about Converge and then these Neandam things. So first up, I did pick up another Converge, which was from Forbidden Planet London store, and you can hardly see it because the price tag is blocking it, but this is the GM Cannon, whatever. You can kind of see it on the back there. Really cool. So they actually had this white version, and they had this, I think this is the Commander version. GM Cannon red. No, it's just like a red version of it, which again, which is really cool. But yeah, like I got to be honest, probably wouldn't be my preference of this wave if I was to pick one. Probably any of the others that are here. So they've got the Gundam, which is the Kukurastone's Island version, Kukurastone's Island Zaku, the Infinite Justice Type 2, and then the Eclipse Gundam. Personally, I think I would have gone for the Eclipse Gundam because I really like that design. I've also not got anything of it. There's also not a high grade kit. There's only a master grade kit that exists of that thing. So that's probably what I would have gone for. But honestly, I mean, this whole wave is pretty good. Like, even this Jim Cannon, which again wouldn't have been my go-to preference of this wave, I still think is a really cool looking suit. So we got that there. And then we've got a couple more of these Neandams. So I can actually show you guys the boxes. So essentially we've got like a Xeon set, and then we've got an Earth Federation set. So that's the same thing that I did before. I got a Xeon set and then an Earth Federation set. And one thing to note with these, a little bit of like a heads up tip kind of thing. If you want like the mobile suit ones, you can see there's a difference between the mobile suit ones and the actual characters, because the mobile suit ones are in a box. So they're generally more heavy on the bottom. So if you want those kind of ones, go for the boxes that are a little bit more heavy. Especially with this one, because the only one, if you can see, that has that's a mobile suit is the Shazaku one. So if you desperately want the Shazaku one, then it's pretty easy to be able to tell which one is the Shazaku one. I could be wrong, but anyway, we'll start out with the Federation one. Try and open this box because it's not the easiest to open, and we'll see what we get inside. So, who do we get? I think we got. Is that Kai? Yeah, I think that's Kai. So we might actually be able to tell from the little thing here. You get a little lethal thing. Yeah, Kai. Kai Shiden. There we go. Cool. I'm happy with Kai. I mean, you know, if I'm looking at these, my preference would have been like either Amaro, you can see top corner there, or Sailor. I think those would have been my preference. But you know what? Like, the only one I wouldn't have really wanted was Matilda. So I'll take Kai. Kai's not bad at all. So you can see that. I'm not going to take it out of the bag at the minute, but there we go. Kai Shiden. Very, very cool. So I'll put this back in the box if we can get it in, and we'll find somewhere for that later. So now we'll do the Xeon one. So I think out of these, honestly, I'd probably take any of them apart from Crowley Hammon, who is Ramaral's like wife, maybe, or at least partner anyway. I'm not sure whether she's his wife, but yeah, like obviously preference would be Shahraz Nabul or Ramaral. I'd be very happy with, but to be honest, I'd probably take any of these. So we'll see what we get. Apart from obviously Haman, that's the only one that's the only one I said that I won't want, and of course I end up getting Haman. Wow. Okay. I think I might have jinxed myself. It's not bad. Like I don't hate the character by any means. I'm just indifferent towards the character. So got a little lethal thing again. So probably Haman again. It's still kind of cute. Still like it, but again, it like I said, it was not my preference. Like it was absolutely the one I would least want. You know, I would have taken like any of the Zabis more. But it is what it is. Like, you know, this is the game you kind of play with blind box things. You never know what you're actually going to get. And it's kind of difficult to tell, like, based on weight, apart from if you want, like, the Zaku one. All the others is difficult to tell. Which, you know, again, that's why I didn't go for, like, a weighted one with the Earth Federation ones, because I could have ended up getting the gun cannon again. So I didn't want to take that risk. Now, though, we'll move on to some more Bandai shop stuff. First up, I did a hit on the Ichiban Kuji, which they had a Sea Freedom one, and of course I got the worst prize, which is one of these clear files. Now, at the very least, you do get to pick, and fortunately they did have a Atheron, so of course I picked out an Atheron one, but I never use these clear files. I hate getting them, but I don't always end up getting them, but there's a fair few times where I have got them doing one of these Ichiban Kujis, so it's kind of frustrating. But, you know, again, it's a gacha kind of thing. You take that risk. You could end up getting something really good, or you could end up getting something like this. And unfortunately, on this occasion, I did get something like this. I have been lucky on an Ichiban Kuji before. When I was at MCM London, I did manage to get the top prize of the Evangelion one, which was the Unit 2, like, pretty big statue. So that was pretty cool. At the end of the day, I won big on that one. And then I guess my luck did not transfer over to this Seed Freedom one. Most of the time, though, I would like one of the kind of more middling prizes. So, like, things like the Shikishi boards that they do, or the little canvas boards, or even the acrylic stands, sometimes when they do little figures. That's the kind of stuff that I want. I'm not bothered about the top prize thing, like the big statues, because if I want something like this, a big statue, I'll pay way over the odds and, you know, get something really high quality, because, you know, whilst the stuff in the Bandai things are decent quality, they're not like super high detail, especially when it comes to human characters. But yeah, that's my long-winded way of saying that I was disappointed with my Ichiban Kuji hit that I did. So much so that I didn't actually end up doing one when I went to the Bandai store in London, which was just yesterday, as I record this video anyway. Now, though, we can move on to some Gashapon stuff. And I would say that I am very pleased with everything I got from these Gashapon bits. So we'll start out with this one. I can't remember what this is, actually. I think this is one of the, like, waiting for you things. Yeah, here we go. So this first one, which this one I got from Birmingham, I think. We got one of these, basically like sitting down character mobile suits, and we got the GM. So I do actually have a Zaku. So that's quite convenient, actually. We've got two of the two most iconic grunt suits from Gundam from each side, which is very cool. I'm very happy with that. And then I think, again, this one here, from what I remember, is another one of them, but this is from a different wave. From what I remember, I was very pleased with the one that I got here. So, no, that's... okay, so I know what this is. This is a little bit different. So, again, this was one that I did get from Birmingham. These are the, like, mecha vehicle type of things. So you could get things like core fighters and core boosters, whatever they're called, things like that. And then some of the Xeon ships, but I ended up getting a tank that you can see in here. I'm not 100% sure what this one is. I think it's a Federation tank, but don't quote me on that. So yeah, I got that, which I haven't actually opened yet, but, you know, at least it was something that I didn't have, because, you know, I'd never actually done this specific one before. But yeah, we got that, so it's a kind of cool tank thing. I'm trying to think what this is in here. Oh yeah, I remember. I seem to think I'm missing one somewhere. I don't know. But yeah, this here, we got another one. So this is what I was on about with the sitting waiting for you. So this is from the second wave of it, that the gym when the Zaku from the first wave. This is a second wave one. So we got the Strike Gundam, which is very cool. So I think out of this wave, there was the Strike, the Dom, Zagok, and then I think a Kurosaku Hound. So there's a couple of seed ones basically, and then a couple of Universal Century stuff, 1 year war. I do seem to think that I am missing a Gashapon somewhere. I really don't know where it is, so I'll have to go look for that in a second. But anyway, we will continue on, and we got a couple of the Mobile Suit Ensemble ones. So this first one here, which I did get, again, these, I think I got both of these in London. So you can't actually tell from the inside because, of course, it's still all sealed up. But this, I believe, is the gun cannon. Because, actually, I think you can see the helmet somewhere. Yeah, like, if you can see inside there, if it'll focus, you might be able to see, like, a white head thing, and it's, like, very obviously the gun cannon. So that's pretty cool. You know, I'm a fan of the gun cannon, so I was very happy with that. It probably would have been, I don't think it was my number one preference out of the ones that they had, like, within that specific Gashapon wave. But it's also probably, like, up there in, like, the top 2 or 3 that I would have wanted. So I was happy with it. This one, though, this one I'm very happy with. And at least I think, anyway, if it is what I'm thinking it is, this is the Crossbone Gundam, which I don't own any model kit, Gunpla, or anything of this thing yet. So yeah, I've got a Mobile Suit Ensemble Crossbone Gundam. You can probably see, like, in here. You can see the little, like, instructional leaflet. That, to me, looks like the Crossbone Gundam, I think. Because I know there was some sort of variant of the Strike, which was similar colours, but I think it's the Crossbone Gundam looking at that. And I've got this other Gashapon, but then I've got another one that I have to go find, like, literally after I show this one. So I'll take this one out because I can get it out quite easily. So this is one of the acrylic poster standees, which I've got a couple of these in the past, but I did get this one and then another one that I need to go look for from a different wave. So at least I didn't get any duplicates. And I was very pleased with this first one. So this is Gundam 00, I think it's Awakening of the Trailblazer. Potentially, unless it's Gundam 00 Season 2, but it's something 00 related, which is a series that I haven't seen yet, but I like the look of, and I think that it's probably a series that I will like. So I'm pretty pleased with that. Like, it definitely wasn't my number one preference, but it's not one that I'm displeased with. I'm going to go look for the other one, which was my number one preference, which I did manage to get. So I'll be back in a second.
A few moments later.
Okay, so I actually found that one pretty quickly. It was literally on the floor right next to me. I'll take it out of the Gashapon thing and then I'll show you. So this was, like, out of everything that I could have gotten from this particular lineup, this probably would have been the number one preference for me, and I'm sure many other people as well. So I did manage to get Char's Counterattack, and I think this is a great poster, and I'm really pleased with this one. So this was very cool. The fact that I managed to get probably the most iconic Gundam movie as an acrylic poster, really cool. And like I said, I like the design of the poster a lot as well. So now that all that is out of the way, all of the Gashapon that we had to talk about and some of the Gundam Converge stuff and whatnot, we've got some other things now. These are more on the kind of premium, expensive side in terms of the stuff that I did buy. And they're a little bit bigger as well. And I'll start off with this one, which I did get from the Bandai store in Birmingham. So this is not Gundam. This is actually Evangelion. Got one of these look-up figures. Now, this is the first one I bought. And I actually got Rei Ayanami, who is my, well, probably second favorite character in Evangelion, but my favorite character they do very little merch of, at least widely available. I did get Rei, and they did have Asuka as well. You can actually see her on this side, down there. So these are really cute. I think it's like almost like a perfect desk accessory. So this one's definitely going to go on my desk. And considering that I've got like a Rei Ayanami mouse mat or desk mat anyway, and then a couple of coasters based off Rei. I've got the Rei Ayanami Evangelion 3.0 plus 1.0 poster up as well. I've got a lot of Rei stuff, and I've kind of like themed my desk a little bit around it. I think this is going to be perfect to sit on my desk with the other Rei stuff as well. So very, very cool. So we got that. It was reasonably priced as well. I think it was like £45, which it was one of the cheaper of the lookup figures, because some of them can go up to like £60, £70, depending on the character and depending on how much they've got with them and stuff. Next up, though, I was going to show that, but I'll save that till last, because it's probably my favorite thing that I've bought. But this I actually got from Forbidden Planet in London, which you can actually see on the price tag. It says Forbidden Planet in London. So this is a Gundam Seed Freedom Rising Freedom. It's called G Ceramical. Now, from what I understand, and this is doing practically no research. Like, I saw this thing, I thought that was kind of cool, so I decided to pick it up. And it wasn't, overpriced. It's like £30, which may be overpriced depending on what it actually is. But I think this is like a ceramic Rising Freedom bust, or if it's not ceramic, it is made to look like it. But feeling it, it's fairly weighty. Now, whether it's just because it's quite big, or whether it is actually ceramical, if that is the case, really cool. But yeah, like, I really like this, and I know for a lot of people this will definitely be a painting kind of project, but for me, I kind of just like the very prototype sculpture, like, style and paint scheme of it. I think that's really cool, so I think I'm going to stick with it exactly as it is. So yeah, it's one of those things where, like, I never would have thought to actually even look up that existed or buy it. But when I came across it, I just thought, that's actually a really cool and unique thing, so I will pick it up. Last but certainly not least, though, and this was probably my number one purchase of, well, everything that we got here, aside from maybe the GQuuuuuX, but I think this is probably my favorite thing that I bought. And that is the SH Figure Arts Atherinzala from Seed Freedom. Now, the Seed Freedom SH Figure Arts, the Gundam SH Figure Arts in general, not the easiest thing to get a hold of in the UK. The only one I've managed to get was the Selecta Mercury from Mercury, which was from Amazon UK, but it was shipped from the US anyway. I think it was shipped through Amazon.com. So they're borderline unavailable in the UK. Some of them are going up for pre-order now. Like, they've got a Shahrazad one coming out, which I'm 100% going to buy, and that's up for pre-order on various UK sites. This one is available on UK sites as well, but I think the standard price for this is normally $89.99. I got this for $69.99. I walked into Forbidden Planet, saw the SH Figure Arts and that, and then I saw this, and I was like, yeah, I gotta buy this. Like, it almost seemed fated that me, massive fan of Atherinzala, comes across this randomly. Like, of all the Seed Freedom, or of all the, Gundam SH Figure Arts that could have been there, it happened to be my favorite character, and it was discounted. So I was like, a no-brainer. Like, of course I'm going to buy this thing. So we got it now, and now I just need to get the other ones, like Lacus, Kira, Shin. I think they're the only Seed Freedom ones that they do so far. And then at some point, I'm going to get myself a Luna Maria Hawk Figure standard kit, which I did actually see in Forbidden Planet, but I almost bought it, but then I thought, I'm not going to get around to building it yet. It's another thing for me to carry, and it's not like it's not widely available to buy, so I'll just get it somewhere down the line. So anyway, that's everything. Like I said, pretty huge haul. A lot of Gunpla, which I got in deliveries, and then, of course, loads of stuff that I bought when I was down in London and down in Birmingham as well. Before I get out there, though, please do leave a like on this video and subscribe if you're a fan of Mecha anime content and want to see plenty more videos like this in the future. Also, like I said earlier, head on down to the comment section below. Let me know what you've picked up recently in terms of Gundam merchandise, Gunpla, other model kits, or just Mecha stuff in general. And let me know what your favourite purchase of mine was from this entire haul. Like I said, my personal favourite has got to be this SH Figure Arts Atherinzala. Really excited to have this, but of course, now that the GQuuuuuX has finally arrived in the UK in high grade, I'm excited about that as well. Thank you once again for tuning into Mecha Chat today. I'll see you guys next time.